Hello and welcome back to another World of Tanks Blitz gameplay walkthrough with 48-ton ruckers. Today, two matches to show off, both in the tier 10 Russian medium, the T62 Ayyyee. But first up, a quick word on platooning. If you are not platooning already, you really should be, because it is the easiest way to learn from other players, to therefore increase your win rate, and also, more importantly, your enjoyment in game. Most of my contacts have been made post-game just by finding people who I thought played well and adding them, and ever since the last update it's been even easier to do this, because you just navigate your way to the post-game stats, pick a player you think played well, say Colonel Chaos there, check their profile out. If they seem like a decent player, just add them as a friend, flick them a platoon invite and maybe a polite message, and hopefully you'll have someone to play with. The only downside is once you do get a few friends, your friends list turns into this massive unmanageable pile of people, and it becomes almost impossible to see who's sending you messages or platoon invites. That's nowhere near as easy as it is on PC with its tabs that pop up to let you know who's trying to talk to you. So hopefully in future Blitz implements some kind of grouping system where you can say put together your closest friends or people you played the most games with, some kind of system like that would make it easier to determine what's going on in your friends list. But anyway, let's get straight into it. The first game is on Middleburg, myself and Alpha Bro. Alpha Bro holds the highest damage game record I have ever seen, 8.3k damage in his T62 Ayyyee. He is a dead set master at it, and it would have been a good game to watch. On Middleburg on the hill, both of us, two tier 10s obviously, overwhelmingly strong up on the hill unless their heavies try and come up here. So at the start of this match I crest this ridge line here to make sure we are alone, and inadvertently run into the edge of the map. Driving skills right there. I haven't been spotted, so I figure it's safe to move to the next crest, next ridge line. See if we can get some early spots on people rushing down towards town. But there's only the IS-3. You can see my frame rate really struggling there. It must be painful to watch, sorry. He's hidden now. I want to make sure there's no one to our left. Sometimes there'll be a tank destroyer hidden away back there. We don't want to get surprised, so I do a sweep around to the left. Our T-54 is rushing in. Looks like he's going to back up, so I park up, wait for him to appear.
Enemy is hit.
It's one shot every 6 seconds without vents and rammer, which I do have on this thing as well. So the enemies crashed through town, and now they're on the opposite side, trying to peek out. It's E100 drives sideways out into the open. Not a good move. Alpha's putting some hurt on him. He's been tracked twice, and that's the end of his game. Another E100 in the cap circle. Alpha targets him, so I know I'm going to have backup here. SU-152 appears and he makes for cover, but he's not going to get there. E100, I bust through, hoping to get under him before he fires, but he plants one into my front. But I get behind him, and you can see he knows if he turns around to get me, Alpha's going to stick him inside, but he's in a tough spot.
Enemy armor is damaged. Nice shot.
He decides he's had enough of that. Too late though. One more, set him on fire. Alpha finishes him off. And now there's only two tanks left. Both of them distracted. I can tell Alpha's going to come screaming in from the left, so I wait. Double tap. track the 103
We nailed them back.
before I can get another shot in. The Yag Tiger finishes him off, and then some formation driving at the end. Lovely. Quick check of the post-game stats. 8k between us. Alpha Bro getting an extra shot off there. 15 from 17 and 40k. Okay, on to the next game. The second match is on Black Goldville, one of the new maps, and probably the lamest name for a map in World of Tanks yet. It's myself and Alpha Bro again. Tier 10 match, obviously. The opposite team has the big guns and the armor. E100 there, IS7 with heaps of armor, and that Object 704 with the big gun. So I'll have to play it smart. Now, if you're in a fast medium, this is a bit of a trade secret here, and you want to ascertain the enemy's movement early on, make a beeline straight for this ridge here. Then a hard left, and with any luck you'll get away. But in this case, that IS-8 was either really lucky or was looking in this direction straight away. So unfortunate damage there, but their tier 10s are spotted. Obviously most of them making their way down towards the refinery. And sometimes people will follow you in here. You can lure them back towards your guys. But in this case, they're all just going to soldier on down to the refinery. A bit of vengeance there on that IS-8. Always feels good. Now, there's a lone KV-4 on this side of the map. We've got a heavy and a medium rushing them. And my camo should be reset by now. It's risky out in the open here, especially with that object down south. Take the chance, wrap this flank up. Poor old KV-4 doesn't have much of a chance. Does have that troll armor though. The gun on the T62 is accurate enough to get those weak spots.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Tiger 2 with the stock turret. Track.
Looks like that one went right through.
And engine fire.
Enemy
Check the map.
fire.
Alpha
Enemy vehicle
and
knocked
IS-8 on our team have just been overrun. Alpha's not going to stay there and get overrun himself, he's going to bail. Which the mobility of the T62 Ayyyee does allow you to do. And a good player won't let himself get surrounded, he'll bug out if possible. Retreat to another strong position. So all the enemy are down south in the refinery. We are down a tank. Looks like they're going to come back, so I pull up into a spotting position to see what the enemy's going to do. Bush will keep me hidden, at least until they get to that ridge line. But the longer that E100 stays in the open, the antsier I get. See that flat turret there. I want the shot, and eventually end up making my first big mistake of this game. Instead of pulling back behind the bush, which would have possibly kept me hidden, or at least allowed me to get to cover faster, I took a shot, and the E100 gets one back before I can dive into cover. IS-7 rushing to the right, T44 to the front. Gonna get surrounded unless I do something. T44 is the weaker target.
Looks like that one went right through.
Seems to be very good at hitting my turret. YOLO in.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Use that DPM.
Got him.
He's down. Things have evened up. And with the E100 gone, we're ahead. But then I make my second mistake. Alpha needs help with the IS-7. And instead of ducking to cover, I stick around trying to get him. And the object hits me in the back of the turret.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
He's rushing forward, along with that IS-8. I'm a one-shot kill. He just fires. It gives me a chance to poke out. I know I get 2 shots off before he gets 1 more. Die! Object rushes in. He would like to finish me, but Alpha's on full health. Easily gets around him, taking a shot. Drag him.
Looks like that one went right through.
And that's game. So a few big mistakes there. I wasn't real happy with the way it panned out in the end, but you can't win them all. Plenty of medals for that one. 4,500 damage, Alpha on 2.3, 17 from 20 shots, and 55k. So that's a wrap. Thanks again for tuning in, and I look forward to presenting the next one. Take it easy.